All right, here's what. In a family with religious parents, where apostasy brings strict punishment, should a child who becomes an atheist lie and continue to practice the religion, or be honest, rebel, and accept punishment?
I mean, I think it depends really what it means to say that he has real negative experience. So if it means just your parents criticizing you and saying you're crazy, that is a normal part of adolescence, I think. If it really means, certainly if it means any kind of physical punishment, then it's perfectly proper to lie. But I think even below physical intimidation, if there's real irrational, not just like, well, you can have your ideas, we think you're crazy and so on, but if there's real irrational pressure brought on, it's not the child's responsibility to tell everything he thinks to his parents. I mean,
yeah, and it all depends on what age they are too. So it's the younger, the more it's reasonable to lie, and the more it's sometimes a requirement of survival to lie. And in some communities, depends where you are. If you're a Mormon and it's a very kind of close community, or if you're in a ultra-Orthodox Jewish house, the punishment would be horrific. But at some point you have to rebel, and at some point you have to leave. And yet, particularly if there's violence or if the punishment is so harsh, why would you ever want to have anything to do with those parents once you leave? I mean, you would want to leave as quickly and sever as thoroughly as possible if it was that kind of relationship.
Yeah, right. You demonstrate it in human terms in your novel Atlas Shrugged. And let me start by quoting from a review of this novel Atlas Shrugged that appeared in Newsweek. It said that you are out to destroy almost every edifice in the contemporary American way of life, our Judeo-Christian religion, our modified government-regulated capitalism, our rule by the majority will. Other reviews have said that you scorn churches and the concept of God. Are these accurate criticisms?
Yes, I agree with the facts, but not the estimate of this criticism. Namely, if I am challenging the base of all these institutions, I'm challenging the moral code of altruism, the precept that man's moral duty is to live for others, that man must sacrifice himself to others, which is the present-day morality.
What do you mean by sacrifice himself for others? We're getting to the point.
One moment. Since I'm challenging the base, I necessarily would challenge the institutions you named, which are a result of that morality.
All right.
And now what is self-sacrifice?
Yes, what is self-sacrifice? You say that you do not like the altruism by which we live. You like a certain kind of Ayn Randist selfishness.
I would say that I don't like is too weak a word. I consider it evil. And self-sacrifice is the precept that man needs to serve others in order to justify his existence, that his moral duty is to serve others. That is what most people believe today.
Well, yes, we're taught to feel concerned for our fellow man, to feel responsible for his welfare, to feel that we are, as religious people might put it, children under God and responsible one for the other. Now, why do you rebel? What's wrong with this philosophy?
But that is what, in fact, makes man a sacrificial animal. That man must work for others, concern himself with others, or be responsible for them. That is the role of a sacrificial object. I say that man is entitled to his own happiness and that he must achieve it himself, but that he cannot demand that others give up their lives to make him happy. And nor should he wish to sacrifice himself for the happiness of others. I hold that man should have self-esteem.
Using the super chat, and I noticed yesterday when I appealed for support for the show, many of you stepped forward and actually supported the show for the first time. So I'll do it again. Maybe we'll get some more today. If you like what you're hearing, if you appreciate what I'm doing, then I appreciate your support. Those of you who don't yet support the show, please take this opportunity. Go to yaronbrookshow.com/support or go to subscribestar.com, Yaron Brook Show, and make a kind of a monthly contribution to keep this going. I'm not sure when the next